All right, reefers. So I'm just now leaving my house because I gotta go to Top Shelf Aquatics to get some brand new salt water because I gotta do a water change and the Red Sea 170. I'm going to grab my buckets. So this is the second chemically treatment I am doing on the Red Sea. For some reason, I'm having some stubborn cyano.
Wait. Now, at this point, I still think this is cyanobacteria, guys. But little did I know this was actually dinoflagellates. So keep watching the video and let's see how this craziness unfolds.
Just don't forget, if you like what you see, subscribe and hit the bell. A new method that I've never done, and that is the lights out method. So pretty much, I do my chemical treatment, and then for 2 days, I do the lights out. All right, guys, buckets are in, and it's time to go. All right, reefers. So I made it to Top Shelf Aquatics. Check them out in the background. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm here to get some water. Victor's here, so let's see what he's gonna do. He's gonna come back actually with me as well to the house so we can start the video. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a fish or a coral that I haven't seen yet. All right, guys. Let's do this. All right, guys, we got Hector.
Okay.
All right, so I got a whole bunch of fish.
Some crazy assortment of fish, guys. Check this out.
Oh, we got tons of anthias. I've been looking for some anthias. All right, guys, so I'm thinking of getting a yellow tang. As you guys know, I love yellow tang. So they have a whole bunch of really nice ones here at Top Shelf. So I'm definitely gonna grab one. I am gonna grab the water because we need to get rid of that cyano. So I was talking to Austin here at Top Shelf Aquatics, and he gave me a pretty cool hint of fight bacteria with potentially some bacteria. So I'm gonna maybe try some microbacter and see how that goes. But hopefully this yellow tang helps me fight some of the kind of other nuisance algae that I'm having. So come check these guys out. Hey bro, do you mind feeding it so I can see if he's eating? Alright guys, Austin is super shy, okay? I'm just kidding.
We're gonna try to get him on camera.
It's harder to get him on camera than like a watchman goby or something like that. Come on, boy. Wow, that yellow tang is eating so well.
Why you bully me?
He's a pretty one too, though.
Oh, he's eating good.
Alright, reefers, so the yellow tang has been in the Red Sea 170 system for about 2 to 3 weeks now. He's been doing great, killing the nori, gaining some weight. So let's take a look at what he looks like, and then we'll kind of go dive a little deeper into what's going on with the cyano, or what I've now discovered is dinoflagellates, and what I'm doing with it. So let's take a look at the tanks.
Alright, Reef Squad, so here we have the Red Sea 170. So as you can see, everything is doing super good. There's the yellow tang. Looking super healthy, super fat. Just finished killing a huge sheet of nori. So since we did this update on this tank last time, guys, I did pick up a huge squamosa clam from Sea in the City. But all the corals seem to be pretty happy. Now, you can kind of see it a little bit. The glare's pretty bad, but I do have light pieces of red, which is some of the dinoflagellates. Now I know it's not cyano because I've done cyano treatments
and it just doesn't go away. So the reason it's not that bad in this tank is because I do have a well-established source of bacteria, biofiltration, and I do have a lot of live rock in the sump right here, and bio blocks, which does help overall. Got my bounce mushroom. That lights just came on about an hour or two ago, so everything's still opening up. See all the acants, the bounce mushrooms, the clam. Here we have the small rainbow bubble tip anemone. I did put them in there just for now. I did pick up a frag of red digitata. I'd love to get the forest fire. Excuse me, the bubblegum, I think it is. Got the torch Monte cap. But everything in this tank seems to be doing pretty good. Huge rock flower anemone. This is mainly an LPS tank. I do have some small SPS, which you see up there. You got the Indo torch, the Dragon Soul torch up there. Gold hammer. Now again, guys, I am running a lot of whites in this tank right now. Usually I don't run whites, but lately I've been into splashing a little bit of white. I am using the Polyp Lab Evolve filter, first gen. Looking to get the next one. But yeah, guys, so the goal here is to keep dosing what I'm going to tell you I'm dosing in a second. So I've been using Dino X, so I will give you guys a quick little review on that shortly. But so far, everything seems to be doing pretty good. Now, there was one casualty in this tank as soon as I used Dino X. Now, what I did read was that SPS weren't too fond of this chemical. However, as soon as I added the Dino X, my 6-line wrasse died instantly. Kind of weird. All the other fish are doing fine. Gobies doing fine, all the inverts, the corals, even the SPS, LPS, anemones. But for some reason, as soon as I put that in the tank, it croaked over. It was like the weirdest thing. I've never seen that happen. After this, I will put a shot of the tank in blue so you guys can kind of get an idea. If y'all remember, so in one of my last videos, I did add a DIY crate lid. What I did do, however, I did cut 2 holes, that way the light protrudes a little better. Haven't had any issues, no jumpers yet. Gobi's still doing pretty good. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm actually pretty happy with this tank, even with all the ups and downs it's had. So, what do y'all think? Comment below. Alright, Reefers, so here you have a glimpse of the Red Sea 170 in all blue actinic lights. So me personally, I love running my tank in blues. Recently I started sprinkling a little bit of white, but as you can tell, the colors really, really pop. Especially when I am running my 2 AI primes, the colors on the mushrooms, the acans, the euphyllias, the clams, everything really, really looks really nice. So tell me what you guys think. Do you guys prefer running your tank with blues, with whites? But yeah, this is one of my preferences. So now let's look at the chemical that I'm using to help me fight those dinos. Alright gang, so let's talk about the chemical that I recently started dosing on all 3 of my systems just to kind of get this dinoflagellate issue under control. Now guys, little side note, so here's the weird thing. All 3 of the tanks got dinos at the same time. So here's what I believe happened. So I kind of slacked a little bit, and to be honest with you, I wasn't testing my waters for a couple months. So when I went around to do my test, the #1 chemical that was really, really high was my phosphate. So I used a HANA test kit. Usually I like to keep it at 0.03, 0.05, but most of them were like at 1.2, 1.3. So immediately I try to drop those parameters. And what I used was Brightwell's Phosphate E, and I've used it for ages. But I believe what I did was I dropped the phosphate a little too quickly. So within a week to 2 weeks, which usually I think that's enough time, I took the parameters from that 1.2 range to about 0.03. And what I believe I did was I created a disbalance in my bacterial load in all of my tanks, because it was like they all got it at the same time. So after doing a lot of homework, you know, some people said add bacteria to fight the bacteria. Now that is a long-term solution. But if you want something that's a little bit more along the immediate gratification route, that's not it, right? So for me, I have a huge frag tank with all my high-end Zoas. We have the anemone tank, and we also have the main display. So I love to keep my tanks looking nice. So I did buy a bottle of Microbacter 7 and I dosed it, which is great. Little by little I was dosing that. I upped my my biomedia, so I added more bioblocks, which is another good thing. What I also did was, when I did my water change, I siphoned as much of the Dino as I could. So as much of that reddish, brownish type of film that was on top of the sand on the rocks, I sucked as much of it out. I even went as far as taking all my frags out and I scrubbed them and did a coral dip to try to lower as much of that as possible. But even after all this, I did a lot of research, and there was one chemical which I heard mixed reviews about, I heard really good things about, I heard not so good things about. Kind of go at your own pace with caution, and that was Dino X. So Dino X is by a company named Fauna Marin, based in Germany. And essentially what you're doing with this chemical, and again, this is based on my research, you're not completely killing it, but you're dosing a level of bacteria to offset the bacteria that's in the tank. So you want to be careful with, you want to be careful how much of this you dose. So in the bottle, in the back, it states 5 milliliters, which is pretty much this much, every 2 days. Now, you could do this process up until 30 days. Now guys, I'm about on the second treatment now, and the frag tank looks great. Now mind you, I did a lot of elbow there, a lot of elbow grease, I scrubbed everything, I siphoned, but nothing seems to be coming back. In the Red Sea 20 gallon, the Max Nano, the anemone tank, it's looking better. Okay, so it's not completely bare, but it is looking better. And on the main display, as you guys saw, there is still a little bit, but it's not something overly aggressive. So I am going to keep dosing this with caution to see how everything goes. Surprisingly, all the corals are doing great, so no issues with the coral. But something that was really weird, as soon as I dosed this, my 6th line wrasse died without any explanation. All the other fish were doing well. I had a really fat, healthy 6th line wrasse. I'd even say one of the hardiest specimens in my tank in the main display, but he died. So, I'm not sure if I'm blaming it on this, but it just happened to me. I dosed it and that happened. So, I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Zoa Tank Boys, and until next time, we're out.